Professional Cloud Architect Certification Strategy. In this particular lecture, we are going to see what are kind of questions which will be asked and how we are going to prepare those questions throughout the course. So as we said, there is a 2 hours exam and $200 fees for 50 questions, and in that there are 40% questions on case studies and 60% questions on core services. So how we are going to prepare, say, core services? Let's go ahead and understand that. What we are going to do is we are going to understand what are those services, what are options available for you to use it, their basic concepts. We'll go through demo and I'll run through each and every service. We can launch those services, we can monitor those services, we can get the loggings out of that particular service. But I will have lab documents which you can use it or refer it while executing the service launching or management of those services by yourself. And this will give you a good insight on what the service is and how you can launch it and what are critical parameters for your services. Best practices, we'll go through best practices for each and every service, and then certification questions, which is like 60% of them. We are going to cover compute engine, our compute services, database services, networking services, as well as big data, machine learning and management platform as a core service. But more importantly, we are going to set up, and this is like initial setup for your cloud resources. We are going to do that, and then we are going to carry out understanding of those services. On top of it, we are going to apply your design and architecture thinking to the case studies. And we know there are case studies which we are going to understand is Mount Ka Games, Terramarth, Dress for Win, and optionally Gencomart. Even though it is removed, we are going to solution it for them and just additional information, right? So what we are going to do is we are going to understand the case studies in detail, existing IT landscape, proposed solutions, best practices and trade-offs which we can make it to come up with the right solution, and the certification questions. As an example here, like Dress for Win, we are going to understand what is the overview, problem statement, business requirement, technical requirement, existing architecture, right? As is infrastructure. Like Mount Ka Game, what is our solution, to be solution, and ultimately what could be our possible solution as one of the iteration. Gencomart, you have estates across all the places, and this is as is in infrastructure, and then coming up with the right infrastructure to deploy your solutions. So there is a considerable amount of logic which you can put it, or you need to apply it when you are coming up with these kind of solutions as a final solution. And there are questions which will be asked based on, for these particular scenario, which service you are going to use it and how you are going to use it. So those questions, if you understand the case studies in detail, definitely you can answer those questions. We are also going to apply security and compliance rules. What are kind of best practices like multiple project, multiple VPCs, subnetworks, how to protect it from different attacks, IAM and service account, encryption, bastion and NAT, gateway. These are like security based practices which we are going to apply it to our solution. So as a cloud architect, you need to understand roles and responsibilities, and that is very important for you to start, thinking about what are those roles and responsibilities. First thing is visualize big picture, understand core essence of the requirement, and then come up with the right approach. And those big picture is like planning the cloud solution up until deploying your application, and then monitoring those application or cloud resources inside a cloud platform. It's like visualizing the full big picture. Assess right fit from host of options, deployment and release management, how you're going to do it or handle it. Manage application performance, how you're going to manage the performance. If there are any problems, how you're going to detect it. What are SLOs, SLAs and best practices? Are there any technology enhancement trends and cloud capabilities which are getting changed, and cost optimization, which is very important. So all of these, this is not the complete roles and responsibilities, but these are some thought processes which you can put it when you are preparing for the exam, and this is good for the exam as well as when you are doing your day-to-day activities as a cloud architect. This is very important. We still have question and answer section in Udemy. You can carry out if you have any questions when you are going through case studies or individual services, you can always put the questions to us and then we'll answer it as and when time admits. That's it, guys. As a exam strategy, if you still have any questions, let us know. Otherwise, you can move to the next lecture. Thank you.